Yes!
Fucking A!
I forgot to shake it.
Perfect! I wonder if Abraham Lincoln ever wore piss-stained pants.
I forgot to shake it.
Sure he did.
Can I introduce Mike?
Yeah, of course.
You ready?
No, he's right behind you.
Let me introduce you.
Oh, thank you.
Dennis has got something to say about Mike G and his piss-stained pants.
Oh, so wet.
It happens to the best of us, pal.
First time I met Mike G, I was in a night laundromat downtown. He was rummaging through the untended washers and dryers, selecting out articles of women's underwear. When I curiously inquired about it, he said he was doing research for a piece he was working on about women's intimate fashion. I admired his classy industry and artistic integrity right away. He carried the same unmistakable stamp and arresting style that his writing does, for someone deeply disturbed whose generosity allows him to disturb others. I was recently in the men's room of a local establishment just after one of his readings, and someone had scrawled on the mirror in blood, "Stop him before he writes or reads again." Fortunately for us, they haven't. Last time I ran into him, he was in an upscale mall where he was shoplifting. He said he was doing research for a sequel to Dickens' Hard Times. Mike G is more than a man for all seasons. He's a cavity in our lazy drift toward mental hygiene. A radiant, wonderful, numinous nuisance for all seasons. Mike G.
Yeah!
You better live up to that, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dennis.
And you think he's gonna
Of all the poet dads one could have, what a beautiful thing. Well, those of you who were here last month surely remember when Frank admonished me to search my 2016 daily planner for any Russian influence, and I did. Unfortunately, there were 3 instances in which I met with minor Russian operatives, so I have to recuse myself from any further investigation into the poetic or comedic content of my 2016 writing. Sorry about that. It's sad. When I get lonely for the old paradigm, I Google Obama playing in the snow or Hillary ice skating with girlfriends, and everything's okay for a while. Meanwhile, President Trumpy tweeted just now, "Mike G's an overrated, failing pile of garbage poet wasting his time performing when he should be making money. Failing ratings, what a clown!" Mostly I'm disappointed at the lack of therapy giraffes. Sad. An angel appeared at Grandma's bed and said you should have fed the birds more. Overheard at Tony Robbins' Awaken the Giant Within motivational seminar, some giants within need to stay asleep. Overheard in my own head while laying awake in Brenda's bed while she's snoring, "He wants you too, Malachi! He wants you too!" Intelligence is crippling. Sometimes I wish I could have stayed in a caged garden knowing only what children know. Perhaps we can love again when the sun slows, when the moon glows low, oceans rendered empty, when mountains melt and we feel again what was originally felt, or wait till Idaho's libido's a brackish puddle called gone, and I'll rant lamentations of grief to our final heartbeat. Lifting an algorithm from scripture and stealing a read from dead grandma's diary did the trick. I know the secret now. Calm. Calm. Brenda lives on 80 Suckett Avenue. Sometimes someone tries to sell us a stolen watch or a light bulb. Last night someone yelled, "Yeah, I'll go on the Steve Wilkos show, but I know that bitch slept with the lie detector guy, motherfuckers." Preparing to pen the exhaustive unauthorized biography of silence. It will include many blanks and no crescent moons, just spaces protected from the awful noise of things. There's love in the void that no light has known, and that is what I'm here to find and chronicle. I take a lyric and stab it repeatedly in love. I smear what's left into a poem that prevents me from killing myself. See the blood in the mind, all tender and wise, towering towards something wonderful in my dreams. When I'm heartbroken, I throw a lizard. Panting on William Stafford's bones into a poem and laugh. Traumatic Inauguration Day memory. I actually had to go to school on January 20, 1981 when Uncle Ronnie was sworn in, and I was not offered hot cocoa, not offered therapy stuffed giraffes, not offered a cassette tape of Jimmy Carter's greatest hits. Sad! Breaking news, just saw my first Trump 2020 Grab America by the Pussy Again t-shirt. Once again, rather than score a touchdown, Puddles the Poodle simply licked her asshole and ate a cookie, much like Buddha or Jesus might have done. Advice to new ushers, just take your pharmaceuticals and say, I don't know, and point somewhere. Yesterday I overheard the most disturbing utterance from one human being to another ever. A young mother said this to her baby, "Does baby love mommy?" While saying hello to all the woebegone auto show folks yesterday, I realized that hello equals hell plus O. Like, oh, we're still in hell, but it's okay, because we have this simple greeting giving us a clue to the nature of the universe. A simple greeting which means I see you, fellow denizen of hell, and you see me. And by at least greeting each other, we're helping each other to serve the time until we're called back to our insufferable after-world bureaucratic positions, which sometimes last a million years before the next three-dimensional terrestrial vacation. So hello everyone. I've known poets so fucked up by politics that they've lost their love for poems.
Yeah!
And there's growing unknown evidence that Frank Sauce hot-wired and wire-tapped my fucking ass, sick and sad. Time isn't all that great. I like it! I like it! Frank Sauce grabbed my wire, tapped my ass, and I like it. Something, something. Anyway, time isn't all that great, yet it's where everything takes place. I read the geniuses with interest. They get close sometimes, like those people who say they love us. Just overheard at swanky Alberta Street coffee shop person 1. Let's banish the goddamn cisgender white males to Montana, then set Montana on fire. Fuck 'em. Person 2, but some of them are allies, like the poet Mike G. Person 1, I lack the intellectual capacity to distinguish between enemies and allies. They all look the same to me. Let the motherfuckers burn. Person 2, I like Montana. Person 1, do you like white cisgender males? Person 2, not particularly. Person 1, listen, sacrifice is required for the final answer. Mike G and Montana gotta go. Person 2, I lack the intellectual capacity to disagree. So yeah, fuck Montana, fuck Mike G. I knew I was simulated long before it was cool, the 10-year-old neighbor girl says. Me and the Onion were so happy singing we didn't end when the world did. When the next ice age comes, if you find my frozen finger flipping off the distant sun, suck it, and it'll tell you stories, many of which I can't tell without crying. It's clear to me now, the 10-year-old neighbor girl says, that some great cosmic heartache broke Mike G's mind at age 10, and that's why he had to make me to hide in. The fire in the silence stirs the fossilized fist. Pour bourbon on it so that it may revive, soften, tenderly extend to bless your cheek. Past rest released with other restful things like triceratops bones, the dim of galaxies, birthplaces of other damnations made okay. In my dreams, the war between the everything is meaningful poets and the everything is meaningless poets ended without bloodshed, but with a beautiful blending, a poetic age of everything. There she is, my OA, original angel, flipping me off on the mountaintop as I crawl up to kiss her ass as usual. She calls me the original asshole. I love her forever. I'm done with this election bullshit, she says. What's that, honey? I'm rewatching the third debate in disbelief for the 23rd time. I can't believe she lost. Do not go gentle into that Google night. Rage against the virtual reality life. Every day I Google Trump, Kanye West to see if there's anything new in their best friendship still waiting. Overheard amid ice-pocalypse crackling branches. Why haven't the tree huggers designed tree umbrellas for these poor things? I started singing Idiot Wind at the bus stop because the wind was being an idiot, an Arctic idiot. Came home to 3 dogs gnawing on a skeleton. Guess the power went out. My 2017 plans, well, crying, looking at slideshows of Obama and building a fallout shelter. The cosmos has a left wing and a right wing, but they're just opposite wings of the same ugly bird. By the grace of the angel Viagra, I'll patriarch forth into my 90s. My G needs to make mini babies. The creative arts shot through the dome that enclosed us. Our hand puppets babbling backwards in classical Greek. Helena the backsliding poet offering herself in the pyramid. Eratosthenes charting his grief with shadows and string. A time of booming business for graveyards and birth canals. The firebirds splashing into music and everywhere light. The ecstatic puddle worms don't care that they'll be eaten. Neither do I. This fully alive moment is enough. Meanwhile, there go the disaster capitalists always making cash off the horror. Don't give up till God hacks mucus into your tip cup. There's more to life than meets the mind. Brenda buys bread for us because it whispers, you're poor. It's alright that Chewbacca and Leia never made love. New Year's Day morning, I jump out of bed, rush to the window, open it, shout, hey boy, you down there. Yes, sir? What year is it, boy? Why, it's 2017, sir. Hasn't happened yet. What, sir? The paradigm shift in human consciousness. Have people changed? No, sir. Fuck it then. Crows scream at the first hint of morning sun because they don't want it to come up. Just saw my first go hug someone else t-shirt at Pioneer Square. There's a great hunger in China for my kind of poetry. Guess I'll be walking there soon. Remember, kids, the lion didn't unfriend the lamb. He ate the lamb. And once upon a time, my teeth were white. After a hard rain, the motorists on 80 Suckett Avenue like to play a little game, taking aim at curbside puddles near the dazed crazies and hunchbacks pushing carts. And sometimes with windows cracked, you can hear the bastards say it. Splash the poor people! Splash the poor people! These mostly white, straight, cisgender male victims are anything but privileged. They're fucking soaked and poor. How far we've fallen from Occupy Wall Street values. Money is the enemy. It's economic privilege, stupid. No war but class war. The world is mostly for other people. Life hasn't turned out as I had planned. In case of zombie outbreak, I'll just get drunk and high on memories, love, and prepare to be eaten. I imagine my last conversation will sound like this. Zombie. Me. Eat me, cocksuckers of the status quo. Eat me. What? Wait. Obama? Hillary? Pinocchio dangles from the end time ceiling, the liveliest thing in the room. Thanks.
Sorry, I gotta wipe off this mic. Mike G, everybody!